Okay, how to draw Lewis structures for covalent bonds. So for the example I'm going to show you today, we're going to do SO3. See that right there? Ooh, SO3. Okay. So first of all, you're going to want to know which is going to be your central atom. And usually it's going to be the first, it's going to be your first atom right here. Unless it's hydrogen, hydrogen will never be your central atom because it'll never be in the middle. And after you figure out which is going to be your central atom, you're going to want to count the number of electrons each atom once in order to be stable. And then after that, you're going to add up the number of electrons each atom has. Well, we'll just start with those two steps first. So how you're going to find out how much each atom wants. So first we are going to go to sulfur with this handy dandy little periodic table, and you see sulfur right there in the purple, and you look above it and it's 16. So what you're going to do is you're always going to cover up that one, and it wants 6. So we're just going to draw a 6 off to the side from it. And then we're going to go to oxygen, and oxygen right there in the purple, it wants 16 too. So do another 6, but since oxygen, see how there's a 3? Since it's SO3, you have to times that 6 times 3, because it's not just one oxygen, it's 3. So after you get 6 times 3 and 18, and you add that other 6 and get 24, then you're going to add out how much it has to be stable. And sulfur is going to have 8, and most of your atoms are going to have 8 unless you have hydrogen, which is going to want 2. So after, and then don't forget to times the 8 for oxygen times 3 too, because you still have 3 oxygen, and you get 24 for that too, plus 8, and you are going to get 32. And then you take that 32 and 24, and you're going to subtract those two numbers, which you should get 8. And then after you subtract those two numbers, you're going to divide those two numbers by 2 to get how many bonds you're going to have in the structure. And 8 divided by 2 is 4. So then you already know what your central atom is, so you put sulfur right in the middle, and then you put the oxygens around it, and you have 3, so you draw 3 around them, and it says you're going to have 4 bonds. So 4 bonds, each bond has 2 electrons in it, so you're going to draw a bond to each oxygen, and see that structure right there? And you can only have 4 bonds coming from the central atom, and since we need 4, we need to draw another one. So you can draw 2 bonds coming right from the sulfur, but you can't have 3, or you can't add any more. You can only have those 4, but you could have also added this bond to that one or that one. So in cases like these, you're going to put that in brackets, and you're going to draw the arrows, and you're going to show how your bond can be connected to a different oxygen. Arrow over. But you're still not finished. So after you draw the actual thing, you're going to see how many. So since you got 24 for the first, when you first started adding them all up to see how many they want, you got 24, and the bonds are 2 electrons each. So you have, since you have 4 bonds, it's 2, 4, 6, 8. So you have 8, but you still need 24. And you also have the octet rule, so you have to keep all your electrons. So you want all your atoms to be full of 8. And since this oxygen with the double bond has 2, 4, it already has 4. And your sulfur is full because you're going to want 8 for each bond. You have 2, 4, 6, 8. So you're only going to draw that one. But then for this one only has 2. So you still need 6 more. 2, 4, 6, 8. And you're going to do that one, the same exact thing on this one too. 2, 4, 6, 8. And so then after that you should have 24 electrons. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, and 24. And that is your covalently bonded Lewis structure. And after you do that, you should be all set. That's a lesson from Lord Faulkner. Hey, Mrs. Ruland.